everybody, and welcome to another edition of Poland Daily Travel. We're here in Zamość, on the edge of Poland where it meets the Ukraine. Lvov is not far away in that direction. To the east and behind us would be, and a little bit to the northwest would be Lublin, which is the biggest city in this part of the world, in the Lubelska province. This park, the city park of Zamość, is considered, so I'm told, to be one of the nicest parks in the whole of Poland. And since I like parks, and I think Poland does a particularly good job of creating beautiful parks, both in the wilder style and sculptured styles in the Łazienki Park, the King's Park, Łazienki Królewskie, in Warsaw. I thought we'd take a look around and just show you where you might relax when you come to Zamość and have a picnic or walk around a little bit. And I hear there's a zoo. But first, don't step on the flowers. City Park was built in Zamość during the 1920s. That is during the interwar period when Poland had become a nation again. And Zamość, of course, would have been a pearl of that new nation, the Polish Republic. And this garden would have been a pearl of the city and a great place for people to hang out. So imagine people during the 1920s in their proper attire strolling through the park on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon and probably stopping to have tea or coffee here in the park. Maybe we can find a place for a little bit of coffee. And then we'll continue on in this episode, and I'm going to show you some more of the walls because they've done extensive work on rebuilding the walls here in Zamość. This is the new Lubelska Gate. It's not that new. It was built in the early part of the 1800s, I think around 1820 or something like that. Some construction going on over here. At any rate, you can see it's pretty extensive defensive works there, and a guardhouse over there, and a church over here. There's a nice wooden bridge. This is one of the nicest gates. There's also a statue of King David, just much later, on over here, with accompanying psalm, number of a psalm. And this is going over, the bridge goes over a sort of moat. It's a ditch. There was no water in it, I don't think, because I don't think there's any water nearby. But at any rate, this gives you a really good example of the kind of defensive works that they were building at the beginning of the 19th century. It looks very similar to, for example, the citadel in Modlin near Warsaw, or the citadel in Warsaw itself. These were built by under Russian influence. This was a Russian town. It was also a heavily a Jewish town. I believe that you could say that Lublin was about 50% populated by Jewish people at the turn of the 20th century. And it must have been similar, I would guess, here in Zamość, because there is an extensive Jewish part of town. There's actually the remnants of a synagogue. Not the remnants, it's been restored. But it's not used the way it would have been once, of course, when it would have been a vital part of the community. We're going to see that synagogue and go over to where some of the construction is happening, because they're rebuilding some tenement houses on this particular side of town, which is just a short walk from here. Everything's a short walk in Zamość. That's the beauty of it. You can really, if you got up early in the morning, you could see everything in one day, or easily 2 days if you want to sit and have some nice lunch and not wake up too early and have a nice bottle of wine or something in the evening. At any rate, this is the new Lubelska gate, and that's appropriate because we're in the new Lubelska, vibrant province in the east of Poland, its capital city of Lublin. We're here at really a very beautiful spot, as you can see. I don't even need to tell you that, because look behind me at the view. This is the fantastic outer defensive wall of the Renaissance city of Zamość. Zamość. It's a name to conjure with. It was built by Bernard Morandi, the Italian architect, at the insistence of the Polish king. And it was on his bill that the city was created. This is just the outside, but it is very impressive. The inside, with its Renaissance tenement buildings, its churches, and palaces, is even more impressive. And also the Zamość College, which was built by the Zamość family. Where is Zamość? Well, it's hard up against the border with the Ukraine. There's a crossing here that'll take you through, and you can go to Lvov, which is a little bit to the southeast of us, and probably about 120 kilometers away from here. At any rate, the wall goes all the way around. We're going to give you an extensive look at what is inside this wall, which has been rebuilt. This has been rebuilt, refortified, reconstituted over the last, say, 15 years or so. The city itself remained intact throughout communism, but like many things, fell into disrepair because of a lack of funding and a lack of preservation. But I think you're going to be very pleasantly surprised by what is revealed inside these very impressive walls. Behind me, I think it's important to see the town. And you can see the wall. We've come up here on this bridge, which goes over the railroad tracks here, above the city. And now you can see the wall behind me since I've stepped out of the way. And you can see that we were way, way down there. So it's a pretty massive wall, and it's a pretty large area that it was protecting. So over here is the town proper. Here on the outside, some older, some newer, or younger rather, tenements. It's a nice little street actually, and it's been redone since the last time I was here, which has been, probably 10 years. At any rate, I'm looking very much forward to seeing how they've improved the center. It hasn't been 10 years. I think I was here probably about 4 or 5 years ago. But at any rate, a lot has been done. I can already smell in the air the changes. And of course, we have, one of the changes is they put this bridge in, and people have come along and put their locks, you see. I don't know what the tradition is about that, but you see it everywhere these days. Yeah, I guess it's, here's Anya and Patrick and Elizabeth and Casper and so forth and so on. So obviously a lover's bridge of some kind. And anyway, if you love good views, that's a good one, isn't it?